I'm Ewan from Ewan-Me, and I'm here in Fürth at the Kunstkeller 027, and I'm going to interview the Queers today. The Queers are from the USA, and they're going to have a wee gig here together with the Yoo-Hoos. I'm really looking forward to it. How about you? Okay. Hi, I'm Ewan from Ewan-Me, and I'm here in Fürth in the Kunstkeller with, who are you?
From the infamous Queers.
Right, cool. What do you do?
I play in a punk rock band and tour around the world and try to keep my sanity. We're in the middle of the tour, so it's like, oh man, we don't know which way to turn. We've got about another week and a half though, so yeah.
So talking about the tour, what does your favorite tour day or like the best tour day look like for you?
You never know. Usually it's when you can get a lot of sleep and shit like that, but
it's all pretty.
Everything from praying you could get a meal when you're in some of these countries to one time I was in Buffalo and met this girl at the club and ended up staying at one of the first night a hotel was open in Niagara Falls. We're in Buffalo, New York. So it was like the first night. So I hook up with this chick at the show. These other guys are like downtown Buffalo. We're over by Niagara Falls. And so anyway, I ended up in a hotel with her and I was like, what the fuck? Why is there so many people here at like 2 a.m? And they said, it's the very first night. We were the first people to stay in room 1032. I remember that. And so I remember I was like sitting there, getting a blowjob, looking out at Niagara Falls in this brand new hotel. First people ever stayed there. And I go, that was, you never know in this business.
So if you also kind of support people that are in this kind of rather not in the mainstream region and scene yet.
I think, yes. Well, I support the arts.
Right.
The older I get, the more I realize. When I was young, I played in a band. I played trumpet. It was funny when I was like 4th grade. I saw trumpet. I want to be in the band, Mom. I don't know what it was. Something I loved. I wanted to play music. I don't know what it was. I just was like, I wanted to play music. I support the arts, and I see more and more with a fucked up world. I think the arts are very important, and especially the foundation is these clubs like this.
Yeah.
Not this Rolling Stones, Wembley, U2 fucking bullshit, but like very down to earth, the artists, who took those pictures right there, whatever. I like that. I support that very much. You guys, time was, everybody had a zine. We wouldn't do it like this, of course, but they'd have a zine and we'd do questions and we'd write. We used to get stacks of letters before email, and I answered every one of those motherfuckers. It wasn't a job to me. I was like, are you kidding me? Matter of fact, last tour, we were in Pittsburgh, and some guy comes up and he goes, hey, man, I got to tell you, my friend was suicidal back in 1994, and he wrote you a letter. And you wrote this letter that was 4 pages to him, because he still has it. And he goes, dude, he said he's my best friend. He couldn't make it to the show that night because it was a Sunday. But he said to tell me the story, and he goes, I was suicidal. Kid was suicidal, ready to kill himself. And I wrote him back. And I don't know what I said, but he said just the fact that you wrote back and took time and you got the letter. He goes, it saved his life. He said to tell you, you saved his life. I go, you can't put a price tag on that. So, it's like, wow. One time also, there was a wildfire out in Southern California, in San Diego, outside San Diego, in the hills outside San Diego. And this girl was with her family and they were stuck. They couldn't get out and they thought they were going to die. They could not fucking get out. And they were like, they couldn't get a helicopter in there because it was dangerous because of smoke. And they thought they were going to die. And she said, I sat down there in the garage, huddled up, and she said, I listened to the Queers, love songs for retarded and beat off. And she goes, and I think moved back home. And I just listened to that over and over and over. And she goes, that got me through. She started crying when she was telling me. I mean, I almost get teared up. Yeah, she said, we thought we were dying. We said prayers and we said, we're not going to make it. We're with our dog and the family and all that stuff. And the fire was raging around and they were praying and everything. She goes, I listen to Queers love songs, mainly love songs, I remember she told me. She goes, that got me through. She goes, I thought I was dying. She said, all I had was you guys. I mean, geez, she started crying. I go, God, what a story, man.
For someone who is the age that you were at then, now, what would you advise them or recommend to them to do?
We opened up for the Ramones back in 1986. This is a long time ago. Different guys, obviously. So we played for it was about 4,000 people. Richie was drumming, and I'm friends with Richie now, which is pretty cool. But anyway, we played for about an hour. We were horrible. And we didn't know how to open up big shows. We'd never played big shows. We never even played in front of 400. Barely 40 was our draw, if that. And we got up there and played for fucking an hour. These guys have heard the story. And Joey took me aside after the show, and he goes, dude, when you're opening up for a band, play 22 minutes, play your best stuff, and get off. He said the fans like it because they're there to see the headlining band, not you. Right. But if they like you, they'll come find out who you are. He said the sound guy appreciates it. The fans appreciate it. The club owners appreciate it. The headlining band appreciates it. 22 minutes. I never forgot that. It was the best advice I ever fucking got. I tell bands that. A lot of them don't listen to me, but it's like, dude, it's great stuff. Hit them with the best stuff and leave. Yeah, Joey told me, he goes, dude, because when they would open up, when they started, the Ramones, they were like the first punk band. They would try to get off stage before bottles started getting thrown. So, but anyway, live and learn. Don't take yourself too seriously and try to have fun. That's my message.
I think we're getting eyed, so I'm going to wrap this up by saying that regarding your band name, well, I think it's great. I'm not going to ask a question about it because I just think it's great.
Oh, well, our first two band names were taken, so we ended up with that. Yeah, Toad the Wet Sprocket and the Dave Matthews Band. Those were our first two. So that's what I tell people anyway.
I love it.
But
Fantastic.
Anyway, yeah. Hey, it's a band. It's a name people remember. Look at the wall. You're gonna remember Marble Sheep? Fuck no. Some of this stuff.
And then the Queers,
Army of Punch,
boom.
Crow. It's cool stuff and a lot of good bands. Joyce Hotel. You're not gonna remember these names. The Daisy fucking Wonder. 25. But what kind of a band name is that? But people remember the Queers. So yeah.
Great name. Love it. Yeah. Thank you so much. Great. Fantastic.
Hey. You're doing great.
Cool.
We ready to go? Whenever you want. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you
a
so
lot,
much for your time.
Good to
Yeah,
meet
thanks.
you.
Thanks.
Right there.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I didn't realize this was two separate interviews. So. We're all set.
I just didn't want to interrupt. I kept checking. It's all good. Good one?
Yes, sir. Good one.
Yeah.